Well, hello there, and welcome. The rubber match between the Toledo Rockets and the Miami RedHawks here on Love and Honor Live on Chatterbox. Let's take you very quickly through the starting lineup for the Toledo Rockets. Batting leadoff and in right field will be Anna Dixon. And the two-hole, center field, Lexi Ekman. Jenna Kroll will be batting in the 3 spot. She's playing third base, cleaning up. And playing first will be Riley Moore. Lauren Erickson will be in left field. She's batting 5th. The designated player today is Aubrey Reed, and she's seeing the ball well. Leah Tibble is getting the start behind the dish. Aaliyah Morrow will be at second base. She's batting 8th. And Sydney Griffith will be anchoring this lineup and playing shortstop. And we are underway, and just as we did in game 1, Anna Dixon swings at the first pitch she sees and pops it out into left field. So 1 pitch, 1 out. Brianna Pratt back in the circle
center fielder, number 13,
for the Miami RedHawks. She has gone the distance in each of the first 2 games of this series. She got the win last game. Her ERA now above 4. She's got 10-7 record. She's got 89 Ks and 40 walks. So Lexi Ekman steps into the batter's box. Ekman batting in the 2-hole once again, trying to get things moving. In game 2 of the series, she went 0 for 3 as she did in game 1, so still looking for her first hit. We mentioned this is the rubber match. Toledo won the first game yesterday, 2-0. A shutout performance from Aaron Hunt, who you'll see in the circle again for Toledo. And then the bats came alive earlier today. Miami putting 12 runs on the board, winning in 5 innings, 12-4. Called strike, so says the home plate umpire, David Scott Jr. Tony Greer will be out at first base, and then Victor Canellis will be the third base umpire. 2-1's the count here to Lexi Ekman. Just waves at the 2-1, which is well off the plate. It's 2-2. Ekman, a junior from North Canton, Ohio. Graduate of Massillon Jackson High School. One of the most famed high schools in all the land. The 2-2. Just chopped out to Adriana Barlow. Fields it in the 6-hole. Throws it across her body and across the infield for a 6-3 put out. 2 up, 2 down, and let's take you through the defensive alignment for Miami. Very similar to what you saw in game 2. Riley Coyne will be in the battery with Brianna Pratt. Reagan Bartholomew, Chloe Parks, Adriana Barlow, and Carly Spade in the infield. Left to right will be Maddie Banks, Jenna Golembeski, and out in right field, Allie Cummins. And we'll talk more about Allie Cummins and Chloe Parks in the bottom half of the inning, as they had a whale of a game in game 2. First pitch is off the glove of Carly Spade. She quickly recovers, throws it over to Reagan Bartholomew at first, but Jenna Kroll just beat it out. Hit it on the screws over towards Carly Spade, who had to dive. It's called the hot corner for a reason. And quickly got up, threw it across the infield. Kroll just quick enough. So it's a 2-out single for the Rockets. And we'll see Riley Moore, the cleanup hitter. Moore doesn't have to travel too far from her hometown to play for the Rockets from Bellevue, Ohio, just outside of Sandusky. The 0-1 from Brianna Pratt. Chopped over towards Carly Spade, but in foul territory. Thank you for tuning in already. If you haven't, please subscribe and like, turn on the notifications, and we'll let you know when we go live for all the Love and Honor games, as well as our daily content, such as Off the Bench with Thom Brennaman. The 0-2 hit off the elbow of Riley Moore as she was beginning to offer at the pitch. She'll be awarded first base, but that got her good. So after 2 quick outs for Brianna Pratt, 2 runners reach aboard for Lauren Erickson. Toledo is looking for their first series win over Miami since before 2001. Before their win yesterday, their most recent win came in the MAC tournament back in 2019. Of course, Miami, the 3 repeating MAC champions during the regular season, have gotten off to a skid to begin the season here.
Next to bat for Toledo, the left fielder, number 11, Lauren.
As they are 3-5 in the conference. Went 2-1 against Ohio. Got swept against Northern Illinois last weekend. Fell in the first game to Toledo, and here they are in game 3 trying to take the series. Pratt toes the rubber in the circle and is ready to deliver the first pitch to Lauren Erickson, who swings and hits it out to Jenna Golombeski. That's over her head. That's extra bases. 1 run will score, and coasting into third and being held up is Riley Moore. It's a 2-out double, which gives the Rockets a 1-0 lead.
The designated player, number 32, Aubrey Reed.
So a line out to begin things, then the ground ball in the 6-hole. A base hit, a hit by pitch, and now the double. Put runners on second and third, and already 1 run has scored, and Aubrey Reed steps to the plate. Reed, who got her batting average up over 200. Last game, and really this whole series, as she has gone 4 for 5 in the series, including her first home run of the year. Looking to keep it rolling as the wind is blistering out to right center field. At time of the first pitch, there was 18-mile-an-hour wind flying out directly to right center field. Pratt has fallen behind Reed. Reed, a graduate student from Tennessee. Aubrey Reed takes the 3-1. 2-1 rather, to make it 3-1. Three and 1 is our count. Brianna Pratt rocks, deals, and there for a called strike. So says home plate umpire Scott Jr. The payoff pitch as Pratt spins the ball on her hip. Rocks, deals. She's connected with Coyne, and Aubrey Reed flares one. In the infield, Adriana Barlow's underneath it. So Toledo takes the lead here in the top half of the first inning thanks to the double off the bat of Lauren Erickson. 1-0. We head to the bottom half of the first.
In the top of the
Bottom of the first here in Oxford, Ohio. It's a sunny Wednesday afternoon on the eve of Major League Baseball's opening day. We got the rubber match between Miami and Toledo. Let's take you through the RedHawks starting lineup. It'll look pretty familiar to you. It's the exact same that won them game 2. Jenna Golombeski will be in center field batting leadoff. Allie Cummins out in right field. Chloe Parks batting in the 3-hole. She had a bases clearing triple to walk off game 2. Carly Spade will be in the cleanup spot. She's playing third base. Shelby Kunkel, the designated player in 5th. Riley Coyne behind the dish. Reagan Bartholomew at first. Adriana Barlow at short, and Maddie Banks out in left field. So Aaron Hunt in the circle for Toledo, and you see the stats on the screen. 2.19 ERA and 8.7 record. She struck out 83 and has walked 50. She has been masterful this season, and she was masterful yesterday as she went 7 innings strong, a 2-hit shutout against this RedHawks lineup, and you saw what they're capable of just last game. So Golombeski working on a 1-1. Golombeski frozen on the off speed. 1-2 is the count. Miami approaching with it. If it's not broken, don't fix it, as they rolled out the exact same lineup here in game 3 as Hunt misses upstairs. Hunt pitches with a lot of confidence. You see her ooze through her as the game advances. Passionate player shines through her play. 2-2 called, strike 3 on the corner. And Hunt starts off this first inning as she concluded. Let's take you through the defensive alignment for Toledo. Behind the dish will be Tipple. She's in the battery with Hunt. Moore over at first, Mara at second, Griffith and Crawl out on the left side of the infield. Out in the pasture, you got Erickson, Ekman, and Anna Dixon in right. Allie Cummins takes the first pitch she sees. Ball. She had 2 home runs in the first game. 1 in the first inning, 1 in the second inning. And she is seeing the ball well. Cummins takes the 1-0 up and in. 0-2 against Aaron Hunt in game 1. We'll have a little more about Hunt as the game progresses. She has hit some milestones this year for the Rockets. Didn't originally go to Toledo out of high school. And she originally went to Division II school, Hillsdale College. 3-0 is the count to Allie Cummins. And Allie Cummins takes 4. And that's what, honestly, besides the power numbers, her eye is immaculate. That's her 24th walk on the season, 6 more than anybody else on the team. And that's only Kate Kobayashi with 18 walks. Behind them two, the next highest walk total is 9. So Cummins takes first. And we'll see Chloe Parks. Parks batting .290. 2 for 4 earlier today. But she had 5 RBIs. 2 RBI single to center field, and then ended the game as she was just mere feet away from leaving the yard for a grand slam, a walk-off grand slam that would have been. Instead, it's a walk-off 3 RBI triple. 1-1's the count to the left-handed swinging Chloe Parks. Aaron Hunt gets Parks way out in front of the off-speed pitch, and Cummins will go into second. It's a 3 unassisted. Cummins is at scoring position for Carly Spade.
Baseman number 7, Carly Spade.
Spade went 0 for 2 against Aaron Hunt in game 1. Had a 2 for 3 game earlier. Scored a run, had a double, and an RBI. Spade way out in front of the first pitch from Hunt is Hunt, more so than any pitcher Miami has faced this season at home, draws plenty of swings and misses. It's not every day you see a softball pitcher here in the MAC. An ERA right around 2. The 1-1 from Carly Spade, still waving in front of the pitches from Aaron Hunt. Spade with 25 RBIs on the season. The junior from Chicago, Illinois on the preseason players to watch list. Rated by some outlets as the second best third baseman in the country. Hunt checking her wristband for the sign. Here's the 2-2 to Spade. Fouled over towards the visitors' dugout. Spade goes down on strikes as Aaron Hunt stares her down as she traipses her way to the dugout. We head to the second inning. It's 1-0 here in Oxford.
Bottom of the first. No runs, no hits.
Top of the second here in Oxford, Ohio, 1-0 our score. Game 3 of this 3-game tilt. I'm Ray Mouse, you're watching Loving on Our Live here on Chatterbox Sports. Brianna Pratt in the circle. She'll be facing off against 7, 8, and 9 from Toledo. Leo Tipple, Leah Mara, and Sydney Griffin. Tipple getting the start here in Game 3. First pitch swinging. Adriana Barlow going to have to come up and make the play as she throws it across the diamond to Reagan Bartholomew. Carly Spade almost got to the ball in time, but let her shortstop make the play. It's a 6-3 putout.
Now the second baseman, number 9.
So Pratt has thrown every pitch this series for the RedHawks, and she has had just an accomplished career here for Miami. We mentioned last year she was first team All-MAC. As she draws a swing and a miss from Aaliyah Mara. A 19-6 record with a 2.94 ERA. She struck out 170 batters and 160 innings of work. In those 26 starts, she completed the game 13 times with 6 shutouts. And perhaps one of her shining achievements last year, she threw a perfect game against Bowling Green. Now it's an abbreviated game, only a 5-inning victory. Those still count. 1-1's the count. She misses upstairs. Pratt, a graduate student. She's from Perrysburg, Ohio, so not too far from Toledo. As the 2-1's in there for a called strike. Morrow awaits the 2-2. As it's popped up in the field of play. Carly Spade working over to the coach's box down the third base line. Puts the glove on it for the second out. So 2 up, 2 down, just as Pratt was able to retire in the top half of the first inning before Toledo recorded 3 straight base runners, including a double from Lauren Erickson. But we'll see Sydney Griffith representing the bottom of this Rockets lineup. Miami will go to Western Michigan this weekend to continue conference play. Sydney Griffith slaps it by Chloe Parks, the second baseman, into center field for the third hit of the ball game for Toledo. And Anna Dixon will step up.
Back to the top of the order for the Rockets, and number 18, right fielder Anna Dixon.
Dixon lined out to left field on the first pitch she saw, the first pitch of the ball game. And that was back-to-back ball games in which she was first pitch swinging. We saw her have a triple in game 2. She then came around and scored. But the 1-0 is bounced out to Brianna Pratt. She tosses it over to Reagan Bartholomew. For the third and final out, we head to the bottom of the second. It's 1-0.
For Toledo, in the top of the second inning.
Five, 6, and 7 are due up for Miami. It's Shelby Kunkel, Riley Coyne, and Reagan Bartholomew. I'm Reed Mouse. You're watching Chatterbox Sports. Aaron Hunt struck out 2 in the first inning, looking to continue her dominance over Miami here in this series. First pitch to Kunkel misses way outside. Kunkel with a hit in each of the first 2 ball games of this series. The sophomore from Eaton Rapids, Michigan, has her batting average hovering around the 400 mark. 2-0 to Kunkel. Hunt gets the sign from Tipple. This is way up. So Erin Hunt this season recorded her 500th career K, her 50th win. She got that in a ranked win over Northwestern as she plunked Shelby Kunkel for a leadoff base runner. So it's not just Miami that has had some trouble with Hunt, as we mentioned. They got a ranked win over the Wildcats of Northwestern, and that was with Erin Hunt going 7 strong in the circle. She has allowed 2 or fewer runs in each of her previous 5 games in the circle. She struck out 5 yesterday. Coyne steps in. The graduate student from Chelsea, Alabama. 0-1's the count. So 0-2 the count to Coyne. Coyne is a swinger. She's batting .267. She's got an OPS over 8 this year, as she's right off the end of the bat, and it's been the off speed that has just been giving Miami fits. Just as they wore in game 2, both teams wearing the same uniforms. Miami in the all reds, Toledo in the pinstripes. The 0-2 bounces in front of the plate, couldn't draw a swing from Coyne. Coyne has struck out in 22 at-bats this season. She's got the highest rate of going down on strikes on the team. As she goes down right there. She chases the heater high. And we'll see Reagan Bartholomew.
Number 1, Reagan Bartholomew.
And it wasn't too long ago where the freshman got her first career home run. The freshman from Waukee, Iowa. Getting the start at first base over Holly Blaska. Oh, 1's the count to the Iowa native. Adriana Barlow's in the on-deck circle. First time Bartholomew has seen Erin Hunt, and quickly Hunt has her in an 0-2 hole. Chopped down the third base line, just a few feet foul. And we'll do it once again. Hunt, as the game progressed yesterday, started working deeper and deeper counts. She walked 5. She struck out 5 yesterday. But as the game progressed, you saw her work counts into the 2-2, 3-2 area. So far through 4 outs, has been just commanding the strike zone. And we're seeing a much different strike zone than we saw in game 2. David Scott has expanded it. Victor Canellis had a very tight, and we saw that be a benefit to the hitters at the plate. Bartholomew out in the left field, might have a chance to drop. It does not, as Erickson comes flying in. Hung up just long enough for the left fielder Erickson to make the play for the second out. And we'll see Adriana Barlow.
The shortstop, number 6, Adriana Barlow.
Barlow with a hit last game, and boy did she need it, as before that hit, she had gone 5 consecutive games without willing herself aboard. They check on the runner down at first base. Barlow is 1 for her last 13. Barlow, who's always been known for her glove more than her bat, sends one for a ride out to left field, right at the fielder Erickson. She had to move 2 steps to her left, and it falls in the mitt for the third out. So they get the leadoff runner on, but can't move her over. 1-0 as we head to the third inning. Lexi Ekman will lead off for Toledo here in the third inning. It's a 1-0 score. It's the rubber match between these two MAC rivals. Toledo looking to get their first series win over Miami of the 21st century.
13, Lexi Ekman.
Toledo, this is their final game before they go and play Akron this weekend. Ekman grounded out to the shortstop, Adriana Barlow, her last time. First pitch swinging once again. And it's foul. So Ekman has seen 2 pitches in her 2 at-bats here in her second at-bat. Lexi batting .238. Showed bunt once again. You know, you look at the biography of Lexi Ekman, and the one thing that stands out, she was on the president's list at Toledo, 4.0 student, academic all-MAC. Very sharp mind, and as she takes the 1-1 that misses outside, it's 2-1. Two and one's the count to Ekman. Lays it down, Carly Spade, and then on the run, throws across the diamond. Chloe Parks sitting on the first base bags. She tripped as she came over to cover, but was able to have her left thigh on the bag, and a beautiful throw from Carly Spade retires Lexi Ekman for the first out.
Number 5, third baseman.
If Spade threw it just at normal chest height for Chloe Parks, would have sailed over her head into right field. Jenna Kroll steps up. We'll be live this weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday for the 3-game series between Miami baseball in Western Michigan, who comes to town, and next Thursday, I believe, or next Tuesday rather, Miami plays Xavier. I believe there's still some discrepancy. It's on Xavier's schedule, but not Miami's. So Stay tuned to see if that game will be here on Love and Honor Live. 0-2 is the count to Kroll. Kroll third on the team in hitting. She awaits the 0-2. 1 for 4 this series against Brianna Pratt. Miami has Taylor Turner and Lorelei Depew if they need to go to the bullpen here in game 3. Saw both pitchers pitch against Northern Illinois in the third game of that series. Pratt trying to rein it back on into the zone. Toledo has done a very nice job at refusing to go down on strikes. And that's been their MO. As Kroll knocks one down the third base line. We'll do it once again at 2-2. In fact, this season they have just struck out as a team 103 times and nearly 700 at-bats. For frame of reference, Hunt and Schmidt and the pitching staff has struck out 131 batters. 2-2 is the count. Bouncing in front of home plate. Pratt can't get that strikeout pitch working. Can't get them to chase. Pratt rocks and deals. And sit for a ride out to left field. Maddie Banks is given chase, but that's over the wall for a Jenna Kroll. Big fly. 2-0 now the score as Jenna Kroll leaves the yard. And there is one away here in the top half of the third. 2 runs was all they needed in game 1 with Aaron Hunt in the circle. The 4th hit of the ball game for Toledo. 2nd off the bat of Kroll. So in steps Riley Moore. Off speed, finds the outside part of the plate. 0-1 here to the cleanup batter. Moore was hit by a pitch her last time, back-to-back. Breaking balls from Pratt. This time it misses low. 1-1. Toledo comes into this game 11-14 on the season, though a 4-3 record in conference play. As the 1-1 fastball finds the inside half of the plate. 1-2 the count. Anfield playing straight up here. Moore awaits the 1-2. Called strike 3 as Pratt comes back with the strikeout after the home run. Moore was looking off speed all the way, and Pratt blew it right by her. Lauren Erickson doubled to center field her first time. Their open stance in the right-handed batter's box awaits the first pitch from Pratt, which is an off-speed pitch that finds the strike zone. Pratt rocks and deals, and this is sent into deep center field. Golombeski up against the warning track. Underneath it for the third and final out. Erickson sends one for a ride, but it runs out of steam. Jenna Kroll touches them all on a fly ball to left field. It's 2-0. To the bottom of the third we go. 9, 1, and 2. 2 up for Miami. Maddie Banks, the Banks on the top half of the order. Jenna Golombeski, Allie Cummins. Miami trailing 2-0. Aaron Hunt in the circle for Toledo. Maddie Banks get things going for the RedHawks. Banks tries to lay down the bunt, fouls it back. Banks working with a 345 on base percentage. Her OPS over 750. 16 hits this year, only 4 extra base hits. The 0-1 misses, working away from her. From Bettendorf, Iowa, the graduate student. At her third school. Went to Virginia Tech, then transferred over to Ole Miss. Now at Miami. The 1-1 bounced out to the second baseman, Aaliyah Mara. And the leadoff hitter is sent down.
Back to the top of the order for the Hawks, and number 2, center fielder Jenna Golombeski.
Jenna Golombeski steps up. Golombeski went down looking her first time. Takes the fastball on the inside for a called ball. Golombeski seeing more time as a sophomore than she did as a freshman. She did play in 30 games, made 9 starts. She finished the season with a .240 batting average and 1 home run, and she has exploded here in her sophomore campaign. Golombeski awaits the 1-1. Way out in front as she fouls it down the third base line. Golombeski slugging .936, her OPS at 1.410. As the 1-2 rides up and hits her on the shoulder. So put a runner on first base, and Allie Cummins steps up to the plate.
23, right fielder Allie Cummins.
A third free pass committed for Aaron Hunt. Miami looking for their first base hit of the ball game. Cummins walked her first time around, moved up to second base before the inning ended. And Golombeski stealing on the first pitch, and she slides into second. The throw from Tipple in time as Mara slaps the tag on Golembeski. And for the second out this inning, Allie Cummins awaits the 1-0. So 2 away for Cummins. The base runner erased by the throw from Tipple. And the native from Westchester steps up. She's ahead of the count. She shakes, Erin Hunt shakes off the call from the dugout. Gets a pitch she likes, and Allie Cummins dances out of the batter's box to avoid being hit on the shin. Rio. And would have been a back-to-back free pass. But instead, it's the second walk of the game for Allie Cummins. And 1's on and 2 away for Chloe Parks. So it's the second time that Golembeski was thrown out this season. She's now 4 for 6 on attempts. Miami as a team is 30 for 34 coming into today's ball game. So 30 for 35. Carly Spade leads the team. She's a perfect 8 for 8. Chloe Parks at the plate. Missing inside, and Hunt has appeared to lose the strike zone. She's continuously brushing off the Miami's hitters. 1-0. Low and away. Parks with just 2 walks on the season and 64 plate appearances. She's also been hit by a pitch twice, so she's going to take some hacks, as she does right there. Two-1 to Parks. Rides away from the 3-hole. Parks has had 5 hits in the previous 4 games. 2 last game, 1 in the first game of the series, then 1 in each of her starts against Northern Illinois. The 3-1 is fouled over the third base dugout. Full count, so on the move will be Cummins. Parks just looking to extend the inning to give Carly Spade a chance to hit. Out to left center field, that's in the gap. Cummins moving on the pitch, is rounding third and heading for a home. It's 2-1 on the double from Chloe Parks. What a day for Parks, her 6th RBI in the doubleheader, and it's 2-1. Parks works with the pitch she was given and sends it opposite field to left center. Finds the gap. And now they are a single from Carly Spade away from tying this game up at 2. Parks had just 3 extra base hits coming into today. A triple in game 1 of this doubleheader, then a double right there. So moving her up in the 3-hole at the right time as she is seeing the ball well. And Carly Spade is in the driver's seat with the tie and run out at second base. Spade thinks about it, but takes the 2-0 on the inside half. For a called strike, it's 2-1. Miami gets their first run on Aaron Hunt this series. And they're looking for more. David Scott's going to check down the third base line. And they say Carly Spade did not commit at that 2-1. So on the called ball, it is 3-1. And Carly Spade was seeing it all the way. She had swing on her mind, and Hunt bounces one that Spade's way out in front of. So the count is full. The payoff is hit off the handle. Was riding in on the third baseman. Shelby Kunkel awaits in the on-deck circle. Spade, a .315 hitter this year, slugging .630. She's got 8 home runs. 3-2, misses on the inside. Aaron Hunt thought she froze Carly Spade, but instead, it's the third free pass of the inning.
Stepping in next, number 17, designated player Shelby Kunkel.
So Parks out at second, Spade over at first, and Shelby Kunkel steps in. Kunkel is the designated player here. Was hit by a pitch her first time. So she's thinking she owes Hunt one. As Scott says, Hunt did not find the strike zone. 1-0 is the count. Two ones our score here in the bottom half of the third. The 1-0 to Kunkel, misses on the outside, pulled the string, but couldn't bring it back into the zone. So now Hunt has to challenge Kunkel on the 2-0. And rides up and in. That's the second time that Hunt has hit Kunkel today. And it's the third batter that Hunt has plunked. So Parks the third, Spade the second, and Kunkel will go to first. And for the first time this ball game, they'll have a meeting in the circle with Aaron Hunt. It is her fourth free pass of the inning. The second bean batter, Jenna Golombeski and Shelby Kunkel were both hit by pitches. Allie Cummins and Carly Spade were walked. Chloe Parks doubled to left center field, and Maddie Banks began the inning with a ground out to the second baseman. So I mentioned yesterday in the game where Hunt was able to shut out Miami. Gradually, as the game progressed, got a little more wild, but it was still effectively wild, as though she walked 5 base runners, she still only allowed 2 hits. Here, almost through 3 full, she's allowed 1. Shelby Kunkel went down on strikes her first time. Comes up with the bases loaded. Miami has already left 2 base runners aboard in this ball game. They bounce the ball in front of home plate. Tipple able to keep it around home to prevent Chloe Parks, who has plenty of speed, from scoring. So if the ball skirts away from Tipple, anticipate that Parks will try to scramble for home. She represents the tying run. Carly Spade represents the go-ahead run out at second. Coyne on the 1-0, comes up swinging, big leg kick. She gets her money's worth at the plate. Coyne, a graduate student. Third year as a starter. She was second team All-MAC back in 2021. It gets through Tipple's legs. Scrambling for home. The throw back to Hunt. Not in time. Now the throw from the shortstop. Griffith is not in time as well. So they say the tag. The relay from Griffith back to Hunt to home as Carly Spade scrambles around third, heads for home. Was not in time, and Miami takes the lead. So 3-2 our score on the wild pitch. And this has been a long inning from Aaron Hunt. So they're talking over what could have been. Riley Coyne did leave the batter's box. I don't know if she thought she was hit by a pitch, but then scrambled to second, which if she's hit by a pitch, it'd be a dead ball and only one run will score. If it's a wild pitch, then 2 runs will score, as they called Carly Spade safe at home. Parks got to home in time, and then the throw from the backstop of Tipple to Aaron Hunt, slipped by her. Sydney Griffith, the shortstop, came up to make a play as Carly Spade rounded third and headed for home. The throw was in time. The tag was not there. So Miami takes the lead on a chaotic play. And now Kunkel is at third base, and the count is 2-1 to Riley Coyne. And Hunt just struggling to find the strike zone. The 3-1 to Coyne. And it hits her in the shoe. The 4th batter this ball game, and the 3rd this inning to get plunked from Aaron Hunt.
Number 1, first baseman, Reagan Bartholomew.
And now Reagan Bartholomew steps up. So after hitting off the cleat of Riley Coyne, runners are on the corner for Bartholomew. And Hunt misses downstairs. Two and 0 is the count to the starting first baseman. Bartholomew got her first home run of her collegiate career last game, and boy, would she like number 2 right here in this situation. Out to center field, Sydney Griffith backtracks, leaves her feet, and reins in the 3rd out, but not before Miami takes a 3-2 lead. 1 run scores on the double from Chloe Parks, then 2 score on the wild pitch. It's 3-2 as we head to the 4th. Miami took a 3-2 lead. We head to the 4th inning on Love and Honor Live. I'm Reed Mounts. Brought to you courtesy of Chatterbox Sports. Please subscribe, like the channel. We'll let you know when we go live. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss a single inning of Miami spring sports this season. We'll be here this weekend for the baseball series against Western Michigan. We'll be here all spring. Any home game on the campus of Miami University, we'll be here for them. So Aubrey Reed leads off, the designated player. Flew out to the shortstop Adriana Barlow her last time around. Count is 0-1. So I think they actually might say that pitch didn't count, as the music was playing here in the stadium, but we're waiting to hear the call from the home plate umpire. He runs the show. So Reed popped out to the shortstop her last time around. Has had a nice series. So 0-0 is the count, and now Victor Canellis is giving a warning to Karen Kumar. And Karen Kumar is now pleading her case as to why she would get a warning from Canellis, saying she was in the dugout. She's asking, can we watch it on film? Sure, come on up here. So she is going to get a warning.
Yeah, she was talking to you, must have said something derogatory.
0-0 is the count. Kieran Kumar got her 100th career win in that third game against Ohio University. Dropped 5 in a row before getting 101, which you saw right here on Love and Honor Live not too long ago. They celebrated her 100th win last week before a game against Northern Illinois. In her 2.5 seasons at the helm of Miami, they have won back-to-back MAC championships. 1-0 is fouled back.
I know.
And you look out in center field, and it shows the MAC championships that Miami has acquired: 2005, 2009, 2010, 2016, 2019, 2021, 2022. And you'll see that they've won 3 championships over the past 4 years, but they've really won 3 consecutive MAC regular season championships, as there was not a 2020 MAC regular season. So at this moment, Miami softball is living up to the pledge. It's out on the left field wall. They are graduating champions. And Brianna Pratt, the graduate student, hoisters 3 rings herself. 1-2 is the count. One-two to Reed. She rocks and deals. No sir, says David Scott Jr. Pratt with 1 strikeout in the ball game. That came last inning against Riley Moore. Froze her. Moore was looking off speed all the way and instead got the heater. The 2-2 is fouled over the press box. And Aubrey Reed in a marathon at bat. Pratt rocks. Out to right field. Allie Cummins underneath it for the first out. So Pratt wins the long AB against Aubrey Reed.
Leah Tipple.
And Leah Tipple will step in. She grounded out to Adriana Barlow her last time around.
I don't know. She's going in the dugout to talk to the girls, and they were warning for being nasty to the third-base coach, and she didn't even look at him. She's in the halfway.
Miami's Brianna Pratt has retired 11 of the last 12 batters she's faced. The lone batter to not be retired was Jenna Kroll. They made this game 2-0 just last inning, leaving the yard. 2-0 is the count. The 2-0 to Tipple. Foul ball is called. Wants to hit off the knob of Tipple's bat. Leah Tipple. This is her 6th start of the season. 231 hitter, a junior from Lancaster, Ohio. Went 2 for 3 against North Dakota earlier this month. That included a double, a run scored, and an RBI. But it's her first start of the series. A 3-1 to Tipple. Called strike, runs the count full. We've seen different catchers in each of the 3 ball games this series. Chopped out to Adriana Barlow, who can't glove it cleanly. She was working up, progressing through the ball, and just hit off the end of her webbing. So it's an error that'll put a runner on first base with 1 away. So Leah Mara will step up. She popped out to Carly Spade.
A pinch runner for
And
Toledo.
they'll see a pinch runner.
Standing at first base now, number 33, Erica Reed.
Erica Reed appearing again. She pinch ran in the last ball game. She'll be running out there for Tipple. Leah Mara steps into the batter's box with 1 away in this 3-2 ball game. This game has almost been brought to a halt in terms of pace after a very quick-moving first game of the doubleheader. All the free passes in the bottom half of the third have really slowed things down, despite the low-scoring affair thus far. The 1-1 misses on the outside. 2-1's the count. Tamara. Tamara batting 194. She had a hit against Miami earlier today, but she's 1 for 5 on the series. She started in 20 games this season. She's got 12 hits and 62 at-bats. But it's worth noting that nearly 1/3 of her hits have come in the previous 4 games, as she gets another one right there. And Sydney Griffith will step up to the plate with 2 on and 1 away. Air and a base knock have the bottom half of the order moving. Courtney Verstra will go out there and talk to Pratt, as Kieran Kumar pleading her case once again to Scott. So Sydney Griffith, who singled her last time around, they're going to look to see if they can get her to ground out. Potentially ground up the middle to turn 2 and roll the inning over. Beautiful Wednesday in late March in southwestern Ohio. The wind is twirling, making it a bit chilly, but the sun is shining, so you can't complain. Opening day here in Cincinnati area, or across the country is tomorrow, but it means a little something extra here in Cincinnati. Sydney Griffith offers at the first pitch from Pratt, comes up empty. If you're a fan of the Reds, we invite you to tune in after this game. We'll be going live on our Twitter around 7 o'clock, giving a preview of the Reds season. No one misses inside. We'll also be live from the Moorline Lager House tomorrow morning. Tipple out at second. Actually, it's Reed, the pinch runner, in place of Tipple, as Griffith fouls a bunt attempt. Count is now 1-2. Leamara is down there at first base. A hit in each game today. Griffith with just 2 RBIs on the season. Everyday starter. Awaits the 1-2, and Pratt tries to get her to chase on the fastball outside. Griffith wisely lays off. The wind blowing out to right center field. Toledo looking to tie this ball game up. Count is full. So I mentioned Griffith with 2 RBIs on the season, the everyday starter, both of which have come in MAC play. Griffith had an RBI, one of the 2 runs scored in game 1 of this series, and also an RBI against Bowling Green. Right at Brianna Pratt, line up the middle, she caught it, and they double him up at second base. Griffith couldn't have hit it harder, right at Brianna Pratt in the circle. She whips around, throws it out to second for the double play. And you can't say that Miami dances out of danger, but they certainly got in the way of it and came out clean on the other side. We head to the bottom of the 4th. It's 3-2. So after the double play in the top half of the fourth, we head to the bottom half. Adriana Barlow leading things off for Miami. She'll be followed by Maddie Banks in the top half of the RedHawks lineup. Aaron Hunt back out in the circle for Toledo. 3-2 our score. I'm Reed Mouse. Thank you for tuning in. Barlow popped out in the left field her last time, as Hunt just cannot find it. She's missing by feet. As she bounces one behind Barlow. Barlow saw the divot that Hunt bounced in front of the plate and went out and got a new stick. Hunt comes back and finds the inside, and now these borderline pitches Hunt's not going to get, and Kieran Kumar still pleading her case to Victor Canellis out the third base line. A lot of chatter between them two. 2-1's the count to Adriana Barlow. Popped up into right field. Coming in to make the play is Anna Dixon. She's underneath it. Puts the squeeze on for the first out.
Number 29, left fielder Maddie Banks.
So Maddie Banks steps up. Grounded out to the second baseman, Mara, her first time. That was just last inning. She led things off before Hunt started struggling to find the strike zone. After Banks, the next 6 batters reached the board, 5 of the free pass. Banks sends a ride out to deep center field, but running out of room, Ekman will have it for the second out.
The center fielder, Jenna Golombeski.
So 2 away, and back to the top half of the order. It's Jenna Golombeski. She was hit by a pitch. She was then thrown out on the base paths, trying to get in scoring position for Allie Cummins. Golombeski, third on the team in home runs with 7. And she has started 12 fewer games than the 2 batters she's trailing. Allie Cummins has started in 28. Carly Spade has as well. Golombeski has only started in 16 ball games. Popped up right here on the grandstand. Golombeski with the highest OPS on the team. 1.41. She's getting on about 50% of the time, slugging right around the whole number of 1. 936. She is struck out looking and has been awarded a free pass, so have yet to put the ball in play here in game 3. Golombeski awaits the 2-2. Rides high. Count is full. Golombeski's going to take a breather after fouling that one away. Giggling with the home plate umpire, David Scott Jr. Scott giving Golombeski plenty of time to get ready and get back in the box. Field playing straight up, and here's the payoff pitch from Hunt. Gets right after it, and Golombeski offers at the 3-2, hustles down the first base line, and initially jogging, but then sped it up to take first base. So the strikeout and the wild pitch will put a runner on first for Allie Cummins, and Golombeski's coming up a little limp. Cummins has yet to put the ball in play, has walked 2 times. She came around and scored on the double from Chloe Parks. First pitch, off speed. Cummins waits on it, takes it all the way. It's 1-0. Just due to the pace of this game 3, you might forget that Cummins, in her first 2 at-bats today, left the yard. An absolute no-doubt home run back in the first inning of game 2. Then the 3-run shot the next time up. She scored the 12th and final run in game 2, which enabled the run rule. And now with 1 on and 2 away and a 3-1 count, we'll look to keep the RedHawks inning going. Cummins, a graduate of Lakota West High School, has had an outstanding career here for Miami as she walks for the 3rd time this ball game.
Second baseman, Chloe Parks.
So you strike out Jenna Golombeski, and she's awarded first on the wild pitch. You then walk Allie Cummins, and now Chloe Parks steps up to the plate. A triple last game, a double her last time up. Hunt gets the sign. The first pitch to Parks. Called strike on the outside. So getting ahead of the sophomore from Indianapolis. Parks, with her double, extended her hitting streak to 5. Called strike this time on the off speed on the outside. 0-2 now the count. Parks already with an RBI in this game. 6 RBIs on the day. Would love to make it 7-8. Check swing out to the shortstop Griffith. Cummins slides in, but just late as the flip over to Mara is in time for the 3rd out. We head to the 5th inning. Still 3-2. Top of the 5th. And we're through 4 full. Our score is 3-2. Toledo scored in the first inning and in the third. So if you believe in patterns, they're due up here in the top half of the 5th. Miami scored all 3 of their runs in the bottom half of the third. Brianna Pratt still out in the circle for the RedHawks. She has thrown every pitch for Miami this series. 1, 2, 3 due up for the Rockets. Anna Dixon leads off. She's 0 for 2. The leadoff batter, left-handed swinger for Toledo. Very aggressive. Has grounded out to Prout and lined out to Maddie Banks out in left field. After getting ahead 0-1, tries to get Dixon to chase on the outside. It's 1-1. Dixon just south of a 400 hitter. And you can argue, we talked about Chloe Parks, Jenna Golombeski, Allie Cummins, all these Miami hitters who are seeing the ball so well. No one, perhaps, is more dangerous at the plate right now than Anna Dixon. Multi-hit games in 5 of her last 7. And in each game, she's had at least 1 base knock. Scored 2 runs in game 2. The 2-2. Pratt gets the sign from Coyne. Begins her motion, rocks, deals, misses on the outside. We'll run the count full. Check swing from Anna Dixon. Said no, she did not go. Dixon is awarded first base on the walk, so a leadoff base runner for the Rockets. That'd be the tying run out there. So it looks like we will see a pinch hitter for Lexi Ekman. It'll be Leah Munson.
A pinch hitter coming in for Toledo at the plate will be number 12, Leah Munson.
Munson's a senior from Harrison Township, Michigan. Left-handed swinger. Munson is batting .262 on the season. 11 hits and 42 at-bats. Not a single extra base hit. But she might have one here as it's over the head of Golombeski, but she backtracks and makes a beautiful play at the warning track. The throw into first to try and double up. Anna Dixon not in time, but Golombeski with a fantastic play out in center field.
Third baseman, Jenna Crawl.
Now what are they going to talk about? Meeting of the minds over by the first base bag. Tony Greer, David Scott Jr., and Victor Canellis. I have to talk about the previous play. So they call Anna Dixon safe out at first. So nothing has changed. This game started at 3:17, so we're at the 90-minute mark of this ball game. Pratt's first pitch to Jenna Crawl. taken for a called ball. Crawled 2 for 2. She scored twice. Singled back in the first inning, came around and scored on the double from Lauren Erickson. She then got to touch them all back in the third inning. Pratt looking to win the challenge for the first time in this ball game. In this series, Krall is batting .500 against Pratt, 3 for 6. The 1-1. No, sir. Not on the check and not on the pitch. Barlow and Parks playing at double play depth. You see Barlow inching a little closer towards the second base bag, and she'll get a ball hit right to her. The flip to Parks and the relay over to first, not in time. So they get the second out at second base, but the throw from Parks to Bartholomew is not in time.
First baseman, Riley Moore.
So fielder's choice, a 6-4 put out. And the damage is quieted, but the inning is not over as Riley Moore steps up.
Oh, yeah. I mean, oh, yeah. I wish I back again. I wish I knew what I would have done different.
Moore was hit by a pitch back in the first inning. She struck out looking back in the third. That is the lone strikeout that Pratt has been able to pull off today. Hopper out to Barlow, flip over to Parks, the second in time, beating the slide from Jenna Krall. So the Rockets get a base runner, but they leave her stranded. 3-2 as we head to the bottom of the fifth. It's stretch time here in Oxford. Miami's going to look to get some insurance runs out here in Oxford. Bottom of the fifth inning, 3-2 our score. Tightly contested ball game, just as it was in game one. A game that Toledo won 2-0. Aaron Hunt still in the circle for the Rockets. 4, 5, 6 in the middle of this RedHawks lineup due up. And it's Carly Spade that will lead things off for Miami. And just as always, out in front of Aaron Hunt's off speed. Hunt has Spade out on her toes seemingly every at bat. Spade walked her last time. Spade has been fantastic in the field, and obviously you know about her bat, but one part about her game that might go under the radar is just how good she is on the base paths. Consistently taking the extra bag And she did just that. That actually gave Miami the lead as she was on second base when the wild pitch scored Chloe Parks. She never slowed down, slid in home, safe, and Miami hasn't looked back yet. 2-1 the count to the slugging third baseman. She's on it, but she foul tips it back. So Hunt gets the sign from the dugout, checks her wristband, is locked and loaded, and the 2-2 flared over the third baseman Krall's head. It's a base hit for Carly Spade, and she gets the RedHawks on the base paths here in the bottom half of the fifth inning. Still out in front of what Hunt was offering her, but was able to find the barrel and flip her wrist just beyond the outreach glove of Jenna Krall. And we'll see Shelby Kunkel. If there's anyone in this Miami lineup that wants to get a hold of one at this very moment, it's Shelby Kunkel. There are 2 trips to the plate. She has been plunked twice by Aaron Hunt. First pitch to Kunkel, misses upstairs, 1-0.
Good time.
2-0 the count to Kunkel. They check on Carly Spade out there at first base. Not a bad look from Tipple. Kunkel awaits the 3-0. Hunt comes back. She's going to need to come all the way back as she is threatening with walking Shelby Kunkel and allowing a free pass. So she walked Allie Cummins now 3 times, and she's hit Shelby Kunkel twice. And that's 6 free passes combined between Allie Cummins and Shelby Kunkel.
Catcher Riley Coy.
The 7th free pass of the game for Miami. 3 hit batsmen, 4 walks, and Riley Coyne lays down the sacrifice bunt. The throw out to first base gets away from Mara, who was covering the bag. And the air will add on to Miami's lead. It's now 4-2. So Coyne, who has given herself up, bunts it out in front of home plate, does her job. But the throw from the third baseman, Kroll, gets away from Mara. And we mentioned it. Carly Spade is a great hitter. She's a fantastic defender. She is an elite base runner. And she takes home and scores for the 2nd time today. So Kunkel moves up to third. Coyne takes first. 4-2 our score, and it's Reagan Bartholomew. 0 for 2 on the day. Spits on the first pitch she sees. The interesting part about a scoring, about what just happened with Riley Coyne giving herself up, is if they make the play, it doesn't count as an out on her stat sheet. Just sacrifice hit, sacrifice bunt. But because they made an error on the play, it actually can count against her in the batting average department. So Reagan Bartholomew, the true freshman from Iowa, with runners on the corners, Pops it up in the infield. Jenna Kroll calls off Sydney Griffith and gloves it for the first out.
Shortstop, Adriana Barlow.
So now they turn into the graduate shortstop, Adriana Barlow. And with one away and runners on the corner, gives her an excellent opportunity for an RBI as she tries to slap down a bunt and fouls it. Barlow looking for her first RBI since early March, back when they played Western Kentucky. Oh, one misses inside. It's 1-1. This would be an opportunity for Miami to really stretch the gap between them and their rival Toledo Rockets. Barlow out in front of the 1-1 offering from Aaron Hunt. Flew out to right field. Opportunity for the sacrifice. The throw into the plate. Not in time. It's 5-2. So Kunkel scores on the sac fly to right field. Dixon's throw not in time. Coyne stays put at first. And we'll see Maddie Banks with a runner on first, 2 away after Miami has already plated 2 runs. Banks 0 for 2. Miami has scored now 5 runs on just 2 hits. The old adage, walks will haunt. And they have haunted Aaron Hunt and the Rockets here in Game 3. Through 11 2/3 innings pitched, Hunt has just given up 2 hits to Miami this series. Fouled back, the 1-1. Move the count to 1-2. So Coyne out at first base. And Banks is in a 1-2. Coyne gets a big lead as Banks lays off the 1-2 offering that's working away from the left-handed swinger. 2-2, rides high, and runs the count full. Back to the top of the order on deck, and Jenna Golembeski. Banks, through her first 2 trips, grounded out to the second baseman and flew out to center field. Banks batting .308 on the season. Popped up, but it's tailing. Still in play, and Jenna Kroll makes it for the 3rd out. That ball was well out of play. The wind blowing to right center field blew it all the way back into the field of play, and Jenna Kroll makes the 3rd out. So unlucky for Maddie Banks, but Miami scores 2 runs here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. They got some insurance. We head to the top half of the 6th. It's 5-2. Welcome in. It's the top half of the 6th inning. Score is 5-2. I'm Reed Mouse. You're watching Love and Honor Live here on Chatterbox Sports. This will be the last time I plug it, but go ahead, subscribe. Like the stream. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you know when we are going live for all Miami sporting events here this spring, baseball and softball. Lauren Erickson due up for Toledo. She'll be followed by Aubrey Reed and Leah Tipple. Miami has a 5-2 lead in a game where they are getting out-hit 5-2. It's been the free passes. Pratt has consistently found the strike zone, while Aaron Hunt has struggled at certain times, consistently throwing strikes. (0-2) to Erickson. Hit hard down the right field line, but it trails foul. Erickson doubled all the way back in the 1st inning. Miami 6 outs away from taking this series after falling in game 1. Can hold on. Perhaps the most impressive feat is Brianna Pratt. Has been doing all herself in the circle.
Yeah, I don't think he was really. He looks very distinct. And if you play the biggest sports games, he's not just these shoes. He's not just an academic. Oh no! Oh no! If you met him on the street or a party, you wouldn't.
The 0-2 misses, low and in.
You wouldn't dream of what he does. Those are the kind of people I appreciate who don't like wearing on their sleeves.
Pratt spinning the softball on her hip, waiting for the sign from Coyne. Eventually agree on the 1-2 offering, and here it comes as it bounces in front of home plate and actually hits off of Erickson. And we mentioned the free passes that have hurt Aaron Hunt. There's one on the other side. Brianna Pratt hits the leadoff base runner.
Designated player, Aubrey Reed.
Aubrey Reed steps in, 0 for 2. Fouled back, first pitch swinging.
You want to believe they're rejected, but they're also human. And so if they're riding into the ground, you'd be like, oh, okay. Well, here's a payback. I never get that.
The 0-1. And she pops up. See if the wind blows it back for Riley Coyne. She falls down. A tag up from first to second after the out. It's an F2. And then a tag for Lauren Erickson. So crafty play by Erickson moving up to second base as Coyne left her feet to make the first out. Second time and consecutive outs, both that ended the bottom of the 5th and the first out here in the top half of the 6th, where the wind has played a factor and has blown the ball back into the field of play. So Erickson's out at second base. Tipple steps in, and Pratt gets ahead, and you got to start working in the circle, not worrying about the runner on second base, just worrying at the task at hand, which is Leah Tipple. Got a 3-run lead. Going after this bottom half of the order. Missing on the inside. Good little crowd here on a Wednesday afternoon. Has been all game thanks to the nice weather. Tipple rips one out to right field over the head of Allie Cummins, rattling up against the wall. Cummins' throw gets into the infield. There's a play at the plate. Barlow's relay not in time. It's 5-3, and Tipple doubles into second.
Number 9,
Vierstra
Meyer.
gonna go talk to Pratt in the circle. 5-3 now our score. The tying run at the plate in the form of Aaliyah Mora. 8-9 due up for Toledo. And Kumar's gonna talk to the left side of her infield. So here, say something to Carly Spade and Adriana Barlow. They're going to leave Pratt out there. See if she can finish out this inning. Mara with a single her last trip. Love to do it again. I'll tell you, when you're at the bottom half of the order, your main objective is to set the table for your 1, 2, and 3 hitters. Anna Dixon awaiting in the hole. She's the leadoff batter and the leading hitter for this Toledo Rockets lineup. Sydney Griffith awaits on deck. 1 away, 2 O's the count. Tamara. Called strike on the outside. She comes back, it's 2-1. You see the shadows starting to creep on the field. This time of year, it shouldn't play too much of a factor. 2-1. Mara hits one out into deep right center field. It rattles up against the wall. Mara into second, and scoring is Leah Tipple. Back-to-back doubles from the bottom half of the Rockets order. 5-4 now the score. And the tying run is out at second base.
Sydney Griffith.
So they're going to let Pratt go at least one batter long. Anna Dixon waits in the on-deck circle. Sydney Griffith singled back in the second inning. She also hit one on the screws right at Brianna Pratt her last time up in what turned out to be a double play. Miami is scrambling in the bullpen. Taylor Turner, Lorelei Depew, two of the options that Miami has at their disposal. Pratt gets the sign from Coyne. So the hit by pitch got things started for Toledo. Then Aubrey Reed popped out to the catcher. Back-to-back doubles to right field. First by Leah Tipple, then Aaliyah Mara. Popped into shallow right field. Allie Cummins coming in to make the play. Chloe Parks calling her off as she backtracks into right field. She gloves it for the second out, but not out of the woods yet, as stepping up to the plate is Anna Dixon.
Number 18, Anna Dixon.
Dixon leads the Rockets in hitting at 385. Third on the team in RBIs. And second on the team in slugging. Base hit ties this game up. Lots of speed out at second base in the form of Aaliyah Mara. And Coyne's going to go talk to Brianna Pratt in the circle. Leah Munson awaits in the on-deck circle. Taylor Turner is the arm getting loose for Miami. The 1-0 to Anna Dixon. Waved at late on the heater. Field playing straight up, wind blowing out to right center field. You see the sun still shining on Miami Softball Stadium. Bounced out to Carly Spade. She'll throw across the diamond to Reagan Bartholomew for the third out. So Toledo scores 2 runs, makes it a 1-run ball game. Miami gets the sticks out as they look to get some insurance here in the bottom half of the 6th on Love and Honor Live. Great time for some insurance runs for Miami. It's a 5-4 ball game. Quick history lesson. Toledo scored 1 run in the first, 1 run in the third, 2 just in the top half of this inning. Miami has scored 3 runs in the third and 2 in the 5th. They have just 2 hits in this ball game, yet they lead 5-4. Aaron Hunt back out for another inning of work in the circle. I was mistaken. It is not Taylor Turner warming up for Miami. It was Lorelei Depew. The 0-1 to Jenna Golembeski misses outside. One and one the count. Golembeski awaits the 2-1 from Hunt. Popping over the press box here behind home plate. 2-2 is the count here in Oxford. Golembeski, Allie Cummins, Chloe Parks due up here in the bottom half of the 6th. Golembeski sends one for a ride down the left field line, giving chase and gloving The pop-up is Erickson. Lauren Erickson running over towards the field tarp in foul territory
23,
and making a great play. Retires Jenna Golembeski.
Yeah, that'd be rough. I'd have to bring my stadium seats.
So Allie Cummins steps up. She has walked in all 3 of her trips up to the plate. This time Aaron Hunt gets ahead. Hunt gets the sign from the dugout, the 0-1. The Cummins is in there for a called strike, 0-2. Gotta wonder if Brianna Pratt is gonna go back out in the circle for the 7th inning. Hits off the knob of Allie Cummins' bat. Even if it didn't, it looked as though she leaned in a little bit. Never made a move to go down to first base. Got to sell that a little better. 1-2. Cummins now fouls one off her ankle. Cummins awaits the 1-2 from Aaron Hunt. And one in that bat she's piecing together. Spoiling every strikeout pitch that Aaron Hunt has.
I believe I'd be a fence watcher. Somehow you got in there and you went in your lawn chair or something. Oh, yeah.
We do it again here at 1-2. As the wind is picking up. You can see it blowing on our center field camera. Cummins skies one out into left field. Erickson underneath it for the second out. Got underneath it just a tad bit.
Second baseman.
Couldn't find it on the barrel. And you'll see Chloe Parks try to get something rolling with 2 away here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. Parks, one of the 2 hits in the ball game. Doubled out to left center field back in the 3rd inning. As the bats have gone silent here. Still have plated 5 runs, but that's thanks in large part to 2 errors from Toledo and a bunch of free passes from Aaron Hunt. As Hunt has just mystified this RedHawks lineup. One and twos now, the count to the second baseman. Parks flaring one and hit number 3 in the ball game for the RedHawks. Parks will move up to second base on the errant throw from the outfield. And a runner's in scoring position for Carly Spade. So Parks continuing to hit the ball well. The single and then advancing to second on the air. Spade with the other hit for Miami. So Parks has 2 hits, Spade has the other. And they would love for hit number 4 right here, just to give a little more breathing room. And Spade hammers one out to left center field. It hits off the wall. 6-4, and Spade slides into second. Insurance needed, insurance they got. As back-to-back hits from Chloe Parks, and Carly Spade makes it a 6-4 ball game. And still threatening as Shelby Kunkel comes up, and they have yet to retire her today. She's 0 for 0. Been hit by the pitch twice and has walked. Kunkel pops one up into center field, coming in to make the play, and she'll get underneath it. Is the third out.
For the RedHawks.
Miami gets some insurance runs here in the bottom half of the 6th. It's 6-4. We head to the 7th on Love and Honor Live. Here we go. Top of the 7th inning. It's 6-4. And the new pitcher in the circle for Miami, it's Taylor Turner. Turner comes in. She's pitched 31 innings this season. She's got a 2-3 record. She's got an ERA of 6.32. She has struck out 16 and has walked 29. The junior from Maumee, most recently pitched fantastic last weekend against Northern Illinois in relief work. She went 4 innings strong without allowing an earned run. So they turn to her here with a 2-run lead. Leah Munson, the center fielder.
Coming in for the RedHawks as well to play in center field, number 22, Kate Kobayashi.
Kate Kobayashi, a defensive replacement out in center field.
Jenna Golembeski moves to right field.
Jenna Golembeski moves to right field. Maddie Banks still out there in left. And it also looks like Holly Blaska is playing first base for Miami. So now we're hearing about all the defensive substitutions.
Playing behind the plate for the RedHawks will be number 1, Reagan Bartholomew.
So Reagan Bartholomew actually moves from first base to behind the dish. Riley Coyne checks out. Holly Blaska is over at first. Jenna Golembeski's out in right. Kate Kobayashi in center. Still in left field is Maddie Banks. And here we go. Leah Munson at the plate. It's a 2-run ball game. Taylor Turner looks to get the save. First pitch in there for a called strike. Turner's allowing right around 2 base runners an inning. Her whip just over 2. No saves on the season. 1-1 the count here to Munson. Gets the swing on the 1-1. She's ahead in the count. Turner did get a save back in 2021 against Northern Illinois. The 1-2 to Munson. Called strike 3. And now Jenna Kroll steps up.
Number 5, Jenna Kroll.
Taylor Turner gets the much-needed first out. Kroll coming in 2 for 3. She's gone deep already. And Turner misses low and in. Turner rocks and deals a strike. Kroll has represented 2 of the 4 Rockets runs. She scored back in the first inning, and as we mentioned, she already went deep in the 3rd. Off the end of the bat, brings the count to 1-2. The 1-2 to Kroll, up and in. Brushes Kroll off the plate. Two. So Taylor Turner. Full count to the 3-hole of the Toledo Rockets lineup. The payoff pitch. Fouled back, we'll do it again. Challenging pitch from Turner. You don't want to bring the tying run to the plate. Got to challenge Jenna Kroll. Sign from Bartholomew. She's ready, rocks, deals, and misses upstairs. So a walk. And when Taylor Turner has struggled this year, that's been her MO. She has walked 29 batters in 31 innings pitched. Which has led and has ballooned her ERA. A lot of those games came early on in the year. She gave 5 earned runs against Villanova, 8 against Western Kentucky, and 5 against Charlotte. But she looked very sharp last week against Northern Illinois.
Standing now at first base, number 44, Madison Mikulski.
Madison Mikulski will be the pinch runner for Toledo out at first base. Riley Moore now representing the tying run at the plate. Couldn't decide on whether or not she wanted to swing. Does offer. Chases the fastball up. And Turner's ahead. And another swing and a miss. It's 0-2. The wind blowing here in Oxford. And Taylor Turner looking to set down Riley Moore. Just missing on the inside, which will run the count to 1-2. This game started at just 3:15. Turner looking for a strikeout or a ground ball, and she rides way up to even up the count at 2-2. And a swinging strikeout. Taylor Turner has struck out Leah Munson and now Riley Moore, and she is 1 out away from closing the door down here in Game 3 and winning the series for Miami. Lauren Erickson steps in. And once again, Taylor Turner's getting a swinging strike. 6-4 our score here in the top half of the 7th. Rides way up and away. Turner gets the sign from Bartholomew. And a big lead off of first base. But Bartholomew holds on to it. 2-1's the count. Madison Mikulski, the pinch runner over at first. Foul down the left field line, in the air and out of play. 2-2's the count. Here in the second game of the day, in a 2-run ball game, the count is 2-2 with 2 away. Fouled back, and we'll do it once more. Mikulski at first. Erickson representing the tying run at the plate. Erickson has 3 home runs on the season. She leads the Rockets. Foul down the left field line. We'll do it again.
Big-time player.
The 2-2 from Taylor Turner. Just missing downstairs. And on the full count with 2 away, Mikulski will be up and moving. Comes down to this, the payoff pitch. Chopped over to Spade. She fields it cleanly over to first at Blaska, and Miami takes the series. A contested Game 3 after Miami run-ruled Game 2. They win 6-4. And Miami, after losing their first game since 2019, the Toledo Rockets yesterday, come back and sweep the doubleheader to take the series. They're back in the win column, and they travel to Western Michigan this weekend. We will have the Western Michigan baseball series there at McKee Field at Hayden Park, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So be sure to tune in. Brianna Pratt gets the win. Taylor Turner, the save, the loss. goes to Aaron Hunt. If you like Reds baseball, be sure to turn in to this channel at 7 p.m. But that does it from us out here in Oxford. Miami wins 6-4 on Love and Honor Live.